Hello everybody, my name is Nicole Isaac and today I'm going to talk about something sad but really close to my heart, and I'm going to start with a quote. People would love to forget the hard truth, and that's why we need to keep coming back here to refresh our memories and keep the world from acquiring amnesia. Unfortunately, we can't live forever. What happens after we're gone? I don't know. That was quoted by Ben Lesser. He's 92 and he's Polish Jew who survived Auschwitz. Today my topic is Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration and extermination camp, or death camp. In 1940 to 1945, in small town in Poland, stood a death camp ruled by Nazi Germany, where over 1 million people were killed. I spent a lot of time researching and understanding the significance of Auschwitz. I've even taken a tour there in 2015. This year is 75th anniversary of liberation of Auschwitz, a real horror story that we need to be reminded of. First, I'm going to explain what Auschwitz was. Then I'm going to talk about glimpse of prison life, and then followed by their liberation. Now when you know I'm going to talk about, let's start with some facts about Auschwitz. And on a note, I want to say that most of my references come straight from Auschwitz-Birkenau official website, auschwitz.org. Auschwitz-Birkenau was the largest of German Nazi concentration camps and extermination centers located in Oświęcim in Poland. It's right next to Krakow in the south of Poland. The reason the camp was built was the fact that of the mass arrest of Polish people were increasing bionic capacity of existing local prisons. First transport of Polish people reached Auschwitz on June 14 in 1940. We can see on the picture it was 728 political prisoners. Auschwitz originally served as concentration camp for Polish people. After 2 years of its operation, it became the most deadly Nazi extermination camp for Jewish people from all over Europe. Auschwitz had several divisions. Auschwitz I was the original camp, hosted between 15 to 20,000 people. Prisoners. The sign at the entrance said "Arme macht frei," German phrase meaning work sets you free. Auschwitz II, known as Birkenau, was the biggest of Auschwitz facilities, could hold 90,000 prisoners. It also had the worst inhuman conditions, the worst and most inhuman conditions, and concentrated the complex of gas chambers and crematoria, each with the potential to kill 6,000 people every day. Auschwitz III, also known as Monowitz, began in 1942, and it was a labor camp, hosted 10,000 prisoners. Auschwitz facility also had more than 40 smaller sub-camps served as slave labor camps. So now you know what Auschwitz was, and now let's begin with a glimpse of inside the life of the prisoners. On the first picture we can see new prisoners. Upon arrivals, all the prisoners were separated for two lines: men with children and women with children and men. And then prisoners were looked by Nazi doctors, and doctors were decided who is going to go to the labor camp and who is going to go straight to the gas chamber. Most of young kids, older people, pregnant women were going straight to the gas chambers. Living conditions were inhuman. They lived in the brick blocks. Prisoners slept on straw that was scattered across the wooden base. That's another picture. Prisoner received 3 meals per day. In the morning, they received only half a liter of coffee or tea. Then at noon, they got soup. The main ingredients were potatoes, rutabaga, and small amount of grain. And at dinner, they got 300 grams of bread with 25 grams of margarine. So basically, they had 0 nutrition value. Some of the prisoners wouldn't even get food because they would run out or they were being punished. Most people turned into skin and bones. As you can see, camp life was torture. Everyone lost their families. They were treated worse than animals. I could never understand what they went through, and that's why it's important to be reminded what they went through. Last but not least, let's talk about the liberation. By January 1945, Soviet troops were advancing towards Auschwitz, and that's why Nazi Germany decided to evacuate most of their prisoners to different camps in Germany. And January 17, 1945, the death marches began, when we can see on a picture where Nazi evacuated almost 60,000 prisoners to walk 30 miles. According to the US Holocaust Memorial Museum, 15,000 of the prisoners died during that journey, and the rest of them died in different camps in Germany. And on January 27, 1945, the Soviet army liberated Auschwitz, but soldiers found just 7,600 barely living prisoners throughout the whole campus. The whole camp complex. On the picture, we can see women who were found in a camp, as well as kids. And in conclusion, 1.1 million people were killed here. 1 of the 6 of all Jewish murdered by Nazi were gassed in Auschwitz. At least half of the prisoners have died as a result of starvation, beating, sickness, exclusive labor, failure to receive medical care, executions by shooting, and most importantly, murdered in the gas chambers. From my experience when I visited, I can feel the sadness that lingers within the walls of Auschwitz. The pain will always be there, and that's why I chose the quote from the beginning. because we tend to forget the horror that those people suffered. We need to continue to read different books, watch the movies from these prisoners, so that their suffering won't ever be in vain. And I want to end with short video clip showing the object prisoners left behind. Thank you.